Hi, my name is Arthur Zhang, and I wrote the Carbon Canvas API file and Open Media API file. And so they contain functions that work with those API. I also wrote the Ruby scripts for generating the index or dashboard page. I also wrote them for the courses page, the shared courses page, and the dictionary page. Um, I also did a few bug fixing that our web pages had. I also wrote the README, and I also merged everyone's work together. So this is our GitHub page, and you can see this is a create pages folder. This is for all the Ruby scripts that create HTML pages. This is images folder. This input has a few files that uh, when main.rb is run, it will generate pages using input from this folder. This library folder is for our Ruby scripts that generate it's a folder that makes API calls. So the file contains for the files that do API calls. Output, this is where the HTML pages generated will go. And here are some gem files and get ignore files. And then main RB, this is the file that will be run to generate pages. This README is right here. And you can see uh, everyone in group 6. This group 6, project 3, and this session is 10556. Okay, so now I will be demoing our project. So before I run main.rb, I want to take a look at the input folder. So inside this input folder, I predefined some last name.numbers. And so when main.rb is run, it will read this folder and it will create a share courses page and it will list courses that everybody in this text file is taking currently. And it also predefines this words.txt file. So when main.rb is run, it will create a dictionary page and it will give the meanings for all these words. And so I'm gonna go ahead and run main.rb. So Ruby main.rb. And so this part will take a while, but it'll be generating the web pages. So I'm gonna wait until it finishes generating web pages. Okay, so it has finished generating. So you can see all pages generated successfully. See output folder. So here's the output folder. And so I'm gonna open index.html and you can see our web page. So the first page is the dashboard page. Here's a few sections. So time at OSU. You can see your courses taken, numbers of assignments graded, and then your overall unweighted grade, which is based off your points earned and the total points possible for all your assignments. This is a list of the classes you're taking right now and upcoming assignments. And this is information about the weather at OSU. Courses page, you can see all the courses you've ever taken. And so here's the share courses page. You can see that right now all four of us are taking project web apps together. Dictionary. So these are the words that we included. So you can see framework. That was one of the words we added, and you can see definitions for all of them. Now, words that the API couldn't find the words of, you can see no definition found. So the API couldn't find that word, and there's a few of them. And then finally, the holidays page, you can see all public holidays, and you can see that the next holiday is, well, it's today, which is Columbus Day.
My name is Allie, and to contribute to this project, I use this Nadir Date API, which takes public holidays to create an additional page with kind of a calendar for users to see what holidays there are, what holidays are upcoming, so they can kind of plan their coursework around that. But there's a few methods that just this first one, get public holidays, gets all of them based on the year and the country, which would be the US, since Ohio State's in the US in this case. And then this next one gets the like next upcoming holidays. And then the last one just gets pretty much the closest holiday to date, the next holiday. And then with this, I also created another file, which to create the HTML page for this. So this basically takes some of the data from the previous file and just cleans it up a little bit so that it can be displayed on a nicer format, kind of like a calendar format for the user HTML page.
Hi, I'm Raghav Jagan and I'm part of Group 6 and here's my contribution for this project 3. So first, I have this main.rb Ruby file, which is kind of the hub for all the work that I did. It first creates an output folder, as you can see in my directory here, and that is where all the generated HTML website and the CSS is going to reside. And then after that, I call my generate UV page Ruby file from my create page folder, which as we take a look here, this literally prints out an HTML code to that output folder, right? And then as you can see here, I call UV indexed OSU file, right? And this is essentially my API call Ruby file, and this is where I use a GET request, an HTTP GET request to get the information from the API. And then I use that, and this method basically returns an array of generated JSON value, which I would use in this page, in this Ruby file, to print out the values, right? And then I use this and also have header helper, which basically helps me to write the HTML header into that website. And upon running this, this would generate my HTML page, which is a basic HTML page, and then with basic stylings using CSS. And here's my README for what I've did for this project. And my other contribution is I've also stitched up the videos that we all recorded together. That's it.
Hello, my name is Landon Miller, and I'm in Group 6 for the section of 3901. Basically, what I did for this, I made a function called create under quizzes page.rb that lists out all the quizzes the student has taken, how many points the quiz was worth, the time that it was due, and the score the student got on it. And it separates each of them by whatever class it is. So if we open up quizzes.html, that's all the quizzes from all the way up to CSE 1223 down to stuff from last semester, ECE 2060. Yeah,